What if I told you that your college degree and the thing that you spent years and tens of thousands of dollars getting, if not more, is becoming obsolete, and the world is shifting fast, guys. And AI is rewriting job descriptions, and businesses are collapsing old hierarchies. What if I were to tell you and propose to you the idea that it's not your degree that's going to make you a millionaire, per se? It's going to be your skills that will make you a millionaire in a very fast amount of time, probably 5 or 10 times faster than what you thought. Okay, so let's get into it, guys. Let's explore this idea. Let me share this perspective and this thought with you, because maybe you guys have not had people in your circle growing up that have shared these kinds of ideas with you and expanded your mind and expanded your brain on how you should probably think and reorganize the way you think about degrees versus skills and how to make money out there and what's actually possible. What's actually possible if you learn this and you understand it in a different context and a different perspective, and look at it from a different lens out there, because a lot of people are in that worker bee. I know you guys, a lot of you guys out there are in the trading your time for money space, because that's all you've been taught, right? That's all you've been told, right? Even with a degree in a university, that's all they teach you is how to be a good worker bee. In my other video, I talk about child indoctrination, how you were in a child indoctrination camp and you didn't even know it. Well, watch the video and then you'll realize what's going on here. But I don't want to digress. Let's focus on this here, guys. Essentially, the truth, guys, the future doesn't care about your degree. Okay, ultimately, does it really care about your degree? No, no, not really. No, times have changed. As of the recording of this video in 2025, times have changed, guys. The future pays for skills, hands down. Okay, this is. I'm going to argue this, and I'm share it as a new perspective for you guys to try to see if we can, give you some new perspectives to churn on and think about in your mind. Okay, real skills, not just any skills, not burger flipping skills and serving coffee skills. I'm talking about real skills, rare skills, skills that solve painful problems out there in the real world for people who are willing to pay for it. Okay? So the death of the degree, let's get into that. Okay? You were raised, and all of us are probably raised to believe the following formula: go to school, get a degree, get a job, and then retire happy. That's the basic formula that we've been told, right? The thing is, though, guys, that formula died quietly. I would propose to you that it died quietly while most people weren't even paying attention. Companies don't care about static knowledge anymore. They want people who can get results. A diploma doesn't guarantee that, guys. A degree doesn't solve problems. You can have the biggest, highest degree, master's, PhD, whatever, and then you get thrown out into the real world in the marketplace, and all your theories go out the window because there's way too many variables out there for a degree to be able to fully capture the human emotions, the emotional intelligence, the consensus building, the communication skills out there. These are things that your degree cannot cover. You know, your bachelor's degree gives you general knowledge of things. Your master's degree starts to get you focused on something specific, and your PhD gets you even more focused on a very, very specific sliver of human knowledge, and it helps you push that boundary on that one specific thing. Having a PhD and a master's degree doesn't make you a super genius of now you know how the whole world works. Try it. Throw someone out there who has they'll fail, because theory is great. Congratulations, but how are you going to solve the real world problems out there? You know, if you get your PhD in medical, being a doctor, doing surgery, does that mean that you know all there is to know about business and how to start up a business and how to make multiple millions of dollars doing that? No, 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 it doesn't. As a doctor, can you build bridges and buildings and structures? Is someone going to allow you as a medical doctor to be in charge of building bridges and structures where if you get something wrong, the bridge collapses, everyone dies? But it's okay. You're a medical doctor. They should allow you to do it. You're right. So, you know, I don't want to digress, but degrees have their place. And I'll talk about that here in a little bit. But I'm still going to go ahead and say that it's not the degree that's going to get you the financial success if that's what you guys are going after, guys. That is not the way that things work. It's a results oriented world out there. People care about, can you get them the results or not? Can you get the results for me or can you not get the results for me? You got a degree, good job. Congratulations, pat on the back. Can you get me the damn results or not, right? Here's where your degree ties in. The degree does help. Results come from the skills, and the skills a lot of times comes from you getting that degree, and getting the degree helps you get your foot in the door to start working and getting real world experience. I have doctor friends. They got their degree, they learned everything there was to know about the medical field that they were in. Then they started going out there and working with actual real patients. And you know what they told me? They told me that the thing that they were struggling with was the politics of dealing with actual real human beings, because they're in their mind, their focus for years, decades were, let me learn how to get let me learn how to actually do the medical stuff, like actually learn how the human body works so I can help people. Then when you go and you try to help the people in the real world, they give you attitude, they give you this, they give you pushback, they threaten to sue you, they threaten to do this and all this kind of stuff, and the office politics and the other doctors are this and that and all this stuff. They didn't teach you all that. You were focused on your medical degree. No one told you that there's all these other variables that you have to worry about when you're actually out there in the real world, right? So, and then you have to take all that into consideration. It's still go through the pain of all that and navigate all that nonsense and still get the results without getting yourself in trouble and all that other kind of stuff, right? So that's where the skill, that your real skill building happens, out there when you're actually in the world, right? The degree helps you get into the position where you can actually start developing the real skills, right? So right now, right, the rise of the skill economy is happening, guys, is what I'm going to argue with you guys. Right now, we live in the biggest power shift in modern work history. Okay? The people getting paid the most, who are they? They're not the ones with fancy resumes and all this kind of stuff, guys. They're the ones who can do things that other people can't do. The people who are making the most money right now are the people who are able to do things that most other people cannot do or not willing to do. Okay? Let me give you an example here, guys, some practical examples. You have a sales consultant helping an e-commerce brand scale advertising, and guess what they can do? They can charge $20,000 a month or up to maybe $50,000 a month easily, because every percentage gain in revenue is worth millions of dollars. If I have an online business and I started something and I'm selling some online stuff, whatever it might be, a service or a product, it doesn't even matter. And my main concern and main problem is that I can't find customers because my advertising skills suck as a business person. My advertising and my marketing skills suck. I don't know how to advertise and market to get eyeballs on my business. That's my only problem, right? But I'm going to hire you, and you just happen to be someone who's really good at e-commerce brand scaling using ads, right? And if I'm confident and you have the background to actually deliver on your skills, you're telling me, hey, Jessica, hey, Jacob, you're telling me that you can help get clients in through my door, and you can actually get them to start buying stuff for my online business and my services and offers, and you can actually, if you do that, you can increase my revenue every year by $3 million, $4 million by every month. I can make an extra million if you can do good on your part and get the advertising to work and the return on ad spend and everything. You can like 5x or 10x what I'm doing. That means I'm making instead of making $50,000, instead of making $500,000 a month off of my business, you're telling me I can make $3 or $4 or $5 million a month off of my business just because you knew how to do the advertising correctly for me. How much is that worth? Do you think I wouldn't want to pay you $50,000 a month to make sure that you do the advertising correctly for me. If you doing your job correctly with using your skills that I don't have to help my business grow by doing the advertising correctly, why wouldn't I pay you? I'm paying you $50,000 so that you can help me make an extra $3 million. Are you kidding me? I'll be writing $50,000 checks a month for you every single month to make sure that you stay with me. How much? I'll give you $100,000 a month if you can help my business increase revenue every by from $500,000 to 3 or 4 or 5 million. You just 3, 4, 5x, you 10x, 20x my profits. Why wouldn't I give you $50,000 a month for that? Easily. But you're not able to do that if you don't have the skills to actually deliver on that. If you don't have the skills that do you know how to do advertising and marketing, where you can, and it's proven that you've helped people and that you can actually do it. If I spend $10,000 a month on advertising, I'm gonna make $100,000 back off of the profits because you knew how to do the advertising and the marketing, online marketing correctly. That's a big skill, guys. And businesses will pay a lot of money. I'm just throwing ideas out there for you guys. Now that is the case. That is one example, and it is a real example. Okay. Now, what job out there is there that you know of, guys, where you're going to get paid $50,000 a month, where you're trading your time for money? In what job are you making $50,000 a month out there trading your time for money? $50,000 a month. There's people out there struggling that can't make that. It takes them 2 years to make that. Still in 2025. What job is there? I mean, think about it, guys. If you're in that phase where you're trying to trade your time for money, you go out there like a worker bee and flip burgers or whatever else you're trying to do. Where are you going to make? Are you going to make $50,000 in tips a month? And this is why I want to emphasize this, guys. Skills. If you learn valuable skills that the marketplace actually wants, that actually solves real problems, real skills that solve real problems, you could change your whole financial situation. Is there a right and a wrong way of doing things? Are there other steps to this that you need to also learn? Are you going to have to grind to understand how to do this? 100% you are. 100% you're going to have to grind. You're going to have to work your butt off to be able to provide these kind of results and understand how to actually do this and get these results, right? But is it worth it? Yes, it is worth it, because if you don't do anything, where are you going to be at? You're going to be making 50, what? You're going to be making what? Your chump change? There's no other way. There's no other way that you can make $50,000 or more a month, or etc., or whatever amount. If you're stuck in that trading your time for money phase, right? So another example, YouTube growth strategist, right? They can charge $30,000 a month because they bring in 100,000 new subscribers to the YouTube channel owner, right? It's real measurable return on investment, ROI. Yeah, I mean, So it's a mindset shift. It's like going out there in the world and looking and seeing, because you have to understand, if I provide this value, does it help a person? Does it help people improve and get better? Does it help them actually make more? Does it help them actually make more money, like a lot more money, to the point where I can easily justify charging them $50,000? I know that if I do this for you, you're going to make an extra $2 million, $3 million if I actually do it for you and get it correct for you. So if I'm able to do that for you, I'm easily going to charge you $50,000, $100,000 to get this done for you easily, because I know the impact that my skills bring to the table for you. Because you don't have those skills, you're struggling, you don't know how to do it, and I can do it for you. Find out what those real skills are, guys, and sharpen those skills. Don't sharpen your burger flipping skills. Sharpen those skills. Understand what those skills are that bring real value into the world, right? One way to look at it. I'm just proposing a new perspective for you guys. Okay. Another example is a programmer or an engineer, or an AI workflow builder or something like that, right? Helping corporations automate manual processes. You have they're currently paying, you know, instead of complaining about, hey, the H-1B visa people are taking our jobs, and because they're able to, they instead of paying me $200,000 as a programmer, as a USA American programmer or a Canadian programmer, they're going to just hire five Indians from India and Chinese, that can do the same level of work that I can do and charge and pay them only all across, pay them all $30,000, and they could have five of me for the price of one. Why wouldn't they, as a business, do that? And then you, as a programmer, are like, oh my God, I'm struggling out here. I don't know how to do that. Blah, 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 blah. Well, how about, why not look at it as, why not take your skills? Why not go and there's a solution here now. Why not just automate the whole damn thing for the company? Why not be the expert that automates the entire damn process for the company? There's a lot of incredible things you can do with programming skills. One of those things is automation, right? Helping corporations automate manual processes. If you automate the process, you don't need to charge. They don't need you, and they don't need the five Indians or the Chinese that they hired. You could just automate. You could just charge $1 million for this one-time big solution that you get done in 1 or 2, 3, 4 months, and it automates the entire process. And guess what? Now they don't even need the H-1B visa people anymore. So, and you made your million. There's tens of thousands of companies out there that need this kind of stuff, guys. You're not going to run out of problems. Once you automate it, there's going to be other solutions you solve for those. So you can easily bill for that too, because it saves the company 10x in labor costs, right? So the skill ladder, guys, let's talk about that, from worker bee to a rainmaker. Okay? Here's the catch. You can't charge for results until you master those skills. Okay? Step one, I would argue, would be, you start like everyone else. You have to. You got to trade your time for money at some point. It's a starting point. It's where you grind. It's where you learn. It's where you sharpen your weapon, right? That's the apprenticeship phase, guys. But don't get it twisted. In this phase, you are the worker bee. But don't get it twisted, guys. This is this is the point. The point of this worker bee apprenticeship phase is to escape that phase, not to live in that phase forever. And that's where most of you guys tend to be. Just live there, comfortable, cozy, comfortable, golden handcuffs. Hey, if you want to live there and be, just, chugging along at your slow snail's pace, okay, sure, go ahead. But some of us want more than that, okay? And that's why we're talking about this. So once you get really good at something, okay, in that apprenticeship working bee phase, whether it's coding or marketing or closing deals or building systems or running ads or analyzing data or sales or whatever, the list goes on, guys. Don't just hyper focus on one thing. There's a lot of problems out there that people are willing to pay a lot of money for, right? That's where you stop being an employee and you start being a solution builder. You got to shift your mind from trading your time, getting paid for hours worked, to getting paid for finding solutions, for being the person who's going to come in, the expert that's going to come in and provide the solution. You're going to pay me this much in exchange for me to give you these results. And it doesn't matter if you get the results in 2 hours. It doesn't matter if you can get the results in 10 hours. It doesn't matter if you can get the results in 1 week. It doesn't matter if you can get the results in a month. You're charging a lump sum for the result. You're charging me for the results, not my time. I'm not going to be available for no meetings and all this kind of stuff. If you want to talk about stuff, I'll give you an update or whatever on what's going on. But ultimately, I'll get it done for you within this time, and I'm charging this much up front. And there's a lot to it, guys. I'm just giving you the high level to help you guys think about these things, right? So, that's when you start charging by hours and you start charging by the outcome, guys. I'll give you some real millionaire examples. You have individuals named Alex Hormozi. He built something called Gym Launch that helped gyms add clients to their list, right, of clients, right. He charged based on results and not hours, and now he's worth upwards of $100 million plus, right. You have Sam Ovens, who built consulting.com. He's charging $10,000 to $20,000 per month per business because his frameworks 5x clients' revenue, guys. You have copywriters like Dan Kennedy and Frank Kern. They have billed $50,000 per letter. Imagine that. You can charge $50,000 just to write a letter, one-page letter. Copywriters like Dan Kennedy and Frank Kern, they've billed $50,000 per letter because they know that there's people out there who are smart enough to know that one properly written campaign letter can make clients millions of dollars, $1 million. If I know that if you write this one letter in a strategic way for me, and I have to pay you $50,000, and in exchange, I'm going to get $1 million as a result of your targeted, skilled efforts of writing the copyright letter, why wouldn't I pay you $50,000 a month? I give you $50,000, and the world gives me back $1 million. Why wouldn't I do that? Meanwhile, you want to be here getting paid $20 an hour, $100 an hour, whatever, for, like a little worker bee peasant. People just sprinkle some money, and here you go, good boy, keep working, get out of here, keep working, good dog, So, thank you, master. Okay, okay, okay. Can I go to the bathroom now? Thank you. Okay, all right. Will you start working by okay, so real estate sales trainers, AI automation consultants, and performance marketers are pulling in $30,000 to $100,000 per month, guys. Not because of time spent, but because they know how to get measurable results. You got to be able to deliver. You got to you got to have the skills to back up what you're talking about in the first place. You got to be able to find these people who want these skills that you're after. You got to be able to market and learn how to market yourself. You got to be able to learn how to, get to work with them and get them the results. You have to. There's a proper systematic approach of doing all this, guys. But suffice it to say that I'm just trying to get you guys to think here. Think differently. Don't we've all been raised with this worker bee mentality, but there's definitely other ways of doing things out here, guys. This is the harsh truth, and why most stay broke, guys. The people who stay broke are the ones who never develop valuable skills. They stay in the hourly mindset, begging for raises instead of building leverage. A worker bee mentality trades time for money, guys. A high skill individual trades value for money. If you're trading time for money, you're going to be stuck, and you're never going to be able to scale because there's only 24 hours in a day. You're not going to change that. The only thing you could change is your hourly rates. Either increase them, and if the world doesn't really care about the skills that you bring to the table, you're not going to be able to increase them. I can hire a monkey to flip to do what you're doing. Why the hell would I pay you more money hourly when I could just, okay, if you're going to demand that, get out of here. I'll find some other low skilled labor person to do this, because you're in a place where you're not doing something that's a real skill that's difficult to replace, right? Or difficult to learn, right? So this is just skills. There's other ways of doing things too. There's offers and other things that you can create out there. Even if you're a trash man, you can there's a lot of stuff you can do out there, guys. Maybe for another video, but worker bee mentality trades time for money. A high skilled individual trades value for money. You can either keep scraping by at $25 an hour, or learn a $500 an hour skill, or $1,000 an hour skill, or $10,000 an hour skill. The time's going to pass either way. One way to guarantee that nothing happens: sit there and don't do anything. Just keep chugging along. Surefire way, just to stay where you're at. One good way to not get different results is just keep doing the same thing. Not try anything new. Not shift your focus and start thinking about these things and start making micro movements in that direction to try to get in the right place. It's never too late, guys. Okay, the game plan and how to build high value skills, guys, is this. Okay, pick one high leverage skill. Okay, whether it's sales or marketing or AI automation or copywriting or coding or data or anything out there. Validate that there's people out there that are willing to pay a lot of money for you to solve that problem. Once you've done that, then you got to spend time. You got to spend 12, 18 months or whatever it might take to learn that. While not leaving your current job, you got to have an income coming in always, but have that going on the side, guys. You can there's plenty of time in a day to do your normal job, get your bills paid, and then learn this high value side skill. Okay? Get real world reps in, not a degree. Get real world reps in out there. Get a company to hire you, or get someone to say, hey, I can help you. I'll do it for free. I'll help. Try to figure out how to get your ads and stuff going. I mean, and if you get them, and your only ask is, hey, if I get good results, I need you to give me a testimonial that, hey, Jessica or Jacob or Jonathan or Dominique or whoever, got me these results. I can vouch for them that I was struggling with my marketing and I got them. They got me results, right? Document your wins. Build a portfolio. I helped this person do this result. They were struggling here. I got them to document these things. This is going to be your social proof. That, hey, you know what you're doing. You can actually get results, right? These things are important. Okay, once you can produce consistent results and you yourself are confident that you can produce these results with this new skill that you've developed, build an offer, guys. Help other businesses hit these goals. And that's where you can then start charging based on the outcome. Based on the outcome, not your time. Cut off your profits and stuff from being connected to time. Time is way too valuable for you to be connecting it to your time. Connected to results, okay? You can't put a price on time. You'll go from begging for opportunities, guys, if you make these moves. I would submit to you and I would bet to you that if you do all these things correctly, you'll go from begging for opportunities to having people chase you down with 50K or more retainers. So, in closing, the future belongs to skills, guys. To the skilled. The future belongs to the skilled. The future of work belongs to problem solvers. Solving whatever problem, someone's medical problem, any problem out there, right? It belongs to people who can prove that they can create value. Degrees don't make you rich. Degrees do not make you rich. They're supposed to be the gateway to help you learn a valuable skill, if you were to ask me. To help you land the job. The degrees helps you land the job where you actually learn the skills and learn what people are willing to pay for. And then you got to branch off of that at some point after after you fine tune and sharpen your sword of skills. You gotta start making moves to get out of that so you can make more. It belongs to people who can prove they can create value. Degrees don't make you rich. Skills do. Degrees don't make you rich. Skills do. Master one of these skills and you'll never have to ask for permission to make money again, guys. That's just some food for thought. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section, whether it's good or bad, and like the video, subscribe to the channel. I hope I provided you some value, some new perspectives to think about and talk about and argue with and whatever else, we got to share perspectives. It's the only way to learn. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.